heard you have a question for me.
I have two questions for you. How much work do attorneys do before going into court?
So it's kind of a complicated question. There's a lot of work that goes into preparing a case for trial. I have a question for you actually before I get going. How long do you think it takes from the beginning of a case when it gets filed in court to a trial actually happening?
So I believe that it doesn't take that long.
I'm sure you got that from all the shows that you've watched, right?
Yeah.
So it actually takes quite some time for us to get a case ready to go from the day we file it with the court into the day that we actually see a trial. So typically we file a complaint and then the court assigns us a trial date about 2 years out from that date. So it's a very long process. And in those 2 years, we're doing many, many things to prepare for that trial date. That involves doing discovery responses, which are written questions or requests for production of documents or other items that might be relevant to the lawsuit, and also things called requests for admissions, which are specific legal questions that kind of narrow the scope of the case so that way we know what we actually are arguing over once we see that trial date. Does that answer at least the beginning of your question?
Yes.
All right.
My second question is most of the work done by paralegals or staff?
It takes a team. So for instance, at Cohn Stiles, we have a legal secretary that's assigned to a case, a legal paralegal, a medical paralegal, an associate attorney, and then a managing partner who's making sure everything is being done on the case. So essentially what you're talking about here is a team of people that are working together from beginning to end, whether it's scheduling that first client meeting. That first client meeting is scheduled by the legal secretary. She makes sure she puts an attorney face to face with the client that's coming in and seeking our assistance. Then from there, we take that file into the legal paralegal to prepare all the documents and make sure that we have everything we need once the client is done with their treatment. And the medical paralegal is always getting medical updates throughout the life of the case, and in that process, updating the team. So we all have to make sure everybody's on the same page, because if I get a call from an adjuster and they're asking me for a medical status, I need to make sure that my medical paralegal is giving me all the information I need to fight for my client in that moment. And the legal paralegal is making sure I'm not missing any deadlines along the way. And the legal assistant, as I said, she's making sure that we're scheduling things in a timely manner and that we're always available for our clients. Each person has their hand on that case. Everybody is involved. So while a paralegal can't practice law, they're handling client meetings, getting the information necessary in order for the attorney to be able to prepare their legal arguments, and also to draft those discovery responses we were just talking about. A lot of the times paralegals can do legal research, but at the end of the day, it is the lawyer's responsibility to make sure that whatever argument is being put out there is their work product. But we absolutely are a team when it comes to preparing a case for trial. So do you have any more questions for me?
Not today.
Well, thank you so much for coming in and giving me such a great question, great conversation to have today. I really wish you all the best in your future.
Thank you.